Oh yeah, man. Here we go. Here we go. Man, boxing 2023, man, is on fire. Thanks to the PBC, man. Here we go. Here we go. Canelo Alvarez, man. Hey, I gotta say, man, Canelo did me proud on this one, man. Oh my God, I've been campaigning for a fight between him and Charlo. For years, man. Back before he even fought Triple G the first time, it's been going on and on, man. It's like these guys have been on a collision course of destiny to have this fight, this major fight, man. When you look around boxing, man, and you look at all the styles of fighters and the guys that Canelo has fought, and over that time frame, and you weigh it, against either Charlo, and you have to say, man, the Charlos as a fighter stack up way. It's not even close to the competition he's been fighting, but this is an interesting matchup. Styles makes fights. And this style against his style is very entertaining. And it is basically, historically, all the great fights have been like that, Leonard Duran, good God, man, you could go on and on and on with all the mentioned ones. But just to give you one of a example, the two styles, the brawler and the boxer, But it ended up being Jermell instead of Jamal. That was a little more. That was the one that kind of caught me out of nowhere, just wham. But hey, man, Canelo was looking around sport of boxing this year, man. His name kind of got a little waned because he took a L. Gervonta Davis then went out here and him and Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Ryan Garcia, man. I got a video about him coming up. A lot of people are gonna be surprised what I say about that, but check that out when I put that out. Anyway, they're saying that Gervonta Davis is the face of boxing. So now, if you're Canelo Alvarez, you're sitting at home going, man, okay, what can I do now? Now that boxing is doing this, they got the Earl Spence, Bud Crawford fight coming up July 29th. Everybody's talking about that. Buy that pay-per-view. Buy the pay-per-view. Do not mess around. Don't scan them. Don't go to no bar. Buy the pay-per-view. Everybody buy that pay-per-view. Let boxing know this is what we want and this is what we will respond to. This is what we need in boxing, and they're giving it to us. So let's show our appreciation and support them. Buy a t-shirt, buy a bumper sticker, whatever you can get, support the event. Anyway, Canelo Alvarez, he sees all this. He says, hey, man, I got to get my name back out. Who can I fight? What can I do? Everybody wants him to fight David Benavidez, right? For some reason, I'm not going to say my man is scared or whatever the case is being, but he's not trying to go there just right now. He signed a 3-fight deal with PBC, so we don't know. Maybe that's next up. We'll have to see. But he's moving in the right direction. He signed with the right company, PBC. That's where the big fights are for him. That's where the fights that the fans have been clamoring for years for him to go out there and compete against these guys. Win or lose, it could go either way. I can't, I can pick a favorite, maybe think because of styles or whatever, how it looked. But these are the things that boxing fans love, man. We love to be able to analyze a fight, pick a winner. Well, I think this guy win because of this, that, and the third. This is what we do. This is what Canelo's giving us, man. And this right here, man, big respect to Canelo Alvarez for this, man. And I'm so happy, man. That's like he put out this tweet, he's saying, hey, looks like it's Canelo versus everybody, man. That's what's up. That's what I mean. On the path to greatness. That's where you have to be. And that's why I love fighters like Earl Spence. Now, Canelo, I was a huge Canelo fan. Up till after that first Triple G fight, man, he kind of let me down because I wanted him to fight certain guys. But now, he's coming on and he's fighting the guys that I want to see him fight. He's over in the promotional company where those guys are. And I am more than excited for this. More than excited. I can't come up with the words, man. But hey, don't worry, this ain't the only time I'll be talking about it, so I'll get it right. But anyway, man, he and Jermell Charlo. And Jermell Charlo kind of pulled this thing into existence, man. Not too long ago, he was saying, why not me and Canelo, man, undisputed for undisputed. And what do I see right here on the flyer? Undisputed for undisputed, there it is. And that is the very thing that Canelo needed to go boom. Hey, look, I'm here I am. I'm still, wait, this is going to be after the Earl and Bud event, right? So to me, and if you had to ask me about it, I would think after that fight, because I see Earl just moonwalking Bud's ass. It'll be funny little trying for a couple of rounds, but then it's going to be a separation taking place and he's going to dog walk his ass. That's how I feel about it. That's my feeling. If I'm right. This is the perfect move for Canelo Alvarez because what it gives him a chance to do to get in a fight with a fighter who's being disrespected by boxing. You know, ESPN doesn't even have him on a top 10 pound for pound fighter when he definitely belongs on there. He's undisputed at 154 pounds, which when he was on his journey to undisputed was absolutely the top most competitive weight division in all of boxing. But now people are trying to play it down now that he done went through and decimated it. And it's nowhere looking like it was when he first went through it. But he went through champion for champion for champion for champion and got all the belts. The Brian Castano 2 fights were very good fights, you know. And in those fights, Jermell Charlo learned a lot. You know, the first fight, he wasn't listening to his trainer as much, which made the fight even tighter. But at the end, I felt like he pulled it out enough to where he could have actually got... I really never felt like he should have lost his titles in that fight, though it was a close fight because of the way the fight ended. You know, that 10th and 11th round of that first fight, Castano was pretty much here and there. He wasn't really in there because he was dazed most of those rounds. You know, and you got to give credit to Jermell for that because his corner told him, man, you got to knock this dude out. You know, he didn't quite knock him out, but he made impression enough to where I felt like as close as the fight was, the draw, I could kind of accept because of that. You know, it was tight, and it could have, before those 2 rounds, it could have kind of swung another way. And I think he did enough to come back on it. And then coming into the second fight, he listened, and then it was a great fight again, you know, against a fighter who's similar to Canelo Alvarez. What I would say, he has better feet and better movement than Canelo does because Canelo's feet aren't as good as they used to be. You know, because, you know, he has those knee braces and such, you know. But we'll see what happens, man. Looking at his fight with Canelo versus Bivol, man, you know, Bivol just moonwalked him because of these things. The things that Bivol was able to do are the very things that, for years, I've been saying these are the things that gives Canelo problems. And that is exactly how he beat Canelo. And even some of Canelo's most hardened fans had to agree. Now, that's saying a lot. Now, here you are, Jermell Charlo. You're training. You're going in here. This is the biggest fight of your life. Everybody disrespecting me. Nobody wants to give you with no props. They don't want to say, oh, man, he's undisputed. Wow, doesn't it act like you're undisputed don't mean anything. Much like they're doing Devin Haney. But I'll talk about that in another video. But here you are, man. You want the respect. You hungry, you know. And Jermell's the one that you know, has that killer instinct more than Jamal. Well, we feel like, you know, those who don't know Jamal. But Jermell is definitely a dog, and he's going to go out there and give it his all. This is going to be a great matchup. The only thing I wish was different in this arrangement, because they're fighting at 168 pounds. I think that's a little too much, you know, because for one, Canelo getting 154-pound undisputed title, and, you know, he should make some type of concession for that because, you know, Jermell is the champion there. Now, you having him come up 14 pounds. I mean, you're still going to be able to come in 160 or whatever because by the time you hydrate up for the fight night, you know. But they should have at least made it split the difference and made it about a 160 catch weight, you know, to put it kind of in the middle of both. And then it is a little more valid. Not totally accurate, but a little more valid for both guys. Both guys have to make some type of adjustment for that. But either way, you know, no excuses, no excuses. We're getting the fight we want. You know, but that's the only thing that has me a little like, I don't like that part. But everything else, man, let's rock with it. Let's go. This is boxing, baby. 2023, man. who? Man, I ain't heard nothing about that bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing about it either because I can't stand no UFC. Man, come on, man. Boxing is what it is, what it's been, and what it's always going to be. And you're going to pay this pay-per-view. You're going to watch this great event. You're going to see a great fight. And, man, I'm telling you, man, I can't wait for the next one. And there's rumors of better ones to maybe not so much better, but more to come. You know, I mean, Deontay Wilder hasn't got going. He's on Andy Ruiz back right now trying to get that fight going on. For whatever reason, Andy Ruiz is, you know, he play pimping. He ain't trying to really get out there. I don't know what the hell his problem is. You got an offer on the table. You ain't got nothing else going on. Get your ass in the ring. Let's have this fight. You've been saying for years this is what you want. Here it is. It's presented to you. I don't want to hear nothing else. Let's get it on. That's what we doing now, man. You seen what Ryan Garcia doing. You seen what Bud and Earl is doing right now. You know. Come on now. Let's get it. Boxing is moving in the right direction, man. And, you know, we got the Inoue and Stephen Fulton fight. I mean, man, see, I can go on and on for that, but I'm going to attack that in the future. But right now, Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo, man, it's happening September 30th. Buy the pay-per-view, buy a T-shirt, do whatever you got to do. Let boxing know, let Canelo know. Let them out, hey, man, this is what we wanted you. Do you think you grossed in these other fights that you had? You think these other things you made some money in? Well, hey, man, I tell you what, it's another ceiling you can go to even where you've been. If you go down this route right here and you give the boxing fans what we want, this is what you're going to have. This is what you're going to get, man. You're going to get this Just more money than you said, man, I thought, the 100 million was something. Oh, wow, geez, we hit a whole new plateau. Man, we up here in Floyd Mayweather. We about to get into Ali territory. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring this thing back, man. I am so excited. I'm so happy that this is taking place, man, because this is what the sport of boxing needs. People have to get into more than just looking at the fights topically and get into what these guys are doing and what they're trying to do in the ring, and really appreciate the sport as it is and the art form that is. It's the sweet science, baby. It's a lot to it, and it's not as easy as you can, because if it was, man, everybody would do it. But as you can see, it's a very exclusive club. And only few get to go to the top, and these guys are at the top, man. And they got all these belts on the line, man. Here we go. And you got to give shouts out to the women, mainly Caressa Shield, the GOAT. Putting those belts up and going undisputed for undisputed. The women been going at it, man, for quite some time, and I think it's trickled over to the men now. So here we go, guys. It's happening. And I'm so happy, man. And for all you fight fans out here, if you're a casual and you don't know much about boxing, you just happen to stumble across this video, do yourself a favor. Watch these fights, man. Watch these fights. Get these things going, and I'm telling you, you won't be sorry. This is one for the ages. It's one in history. And just to think about it now, Canelo wins. It's a great thing for Canelo and what goes on for his record and everything going on. But what if Jermell Charlo wins? It's equally 2 times undisputed, all in the same night. There's only been one person that's ever been 3 times undisputed at the same time at multiple weights, and that's Henry Armstrong. And these guys are chasing history here. It's going to be a night of greatness. This is something that you got to tune into, because this don't happen often. Tell me the last time you seen a fight of this magnitude in the men's division, where they're fighting undisputed versus undisputed. Rarely ever happens. Rarely ever happens. So we got a great treat here. So tune in, support the event, and you got cases where ESPN look like they're almost trying to get out of boxing. HBO left it, because these guys don't know what the people want, because they have their own agendas and they're not trying to focus on what it is that the people will want, what people will embrace and accept. They're marketing it the wrong way. They got people who are not boxing people who are making these big decisions that don't know what the hell they're doing. They're trying to paint a picture of the Eastern European, they're dominating boxing, and that ain't happening. When they match him up, what happens? They get dropped, man. Canelo just went through Europe. He's the damn undisputed European champion. That should be another damn belt up on the line. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, hey, I'm so excited. Tune into these fights, man. It's July 29th, Earl Spence, Bud Crawford. Buy the pay-per-view. Buy it. Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo, September 30th, man. Buy the pay-per-view. Got to support these guys, man. They putting it all on the line, man. This is their life. This is their history. This is everything they trained for, from young boys all the way to now, man. Here we go. You think that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was a big event, man? Hey, that was a precursor to this. These can be even bigger than that. You understand? Man, I can't believe it. Hey, thanks for everybody who came by and checked out my video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I got more coming. And, just rock with your boy, man. And peace, love, and everything to everyone, man. Thank you so much. Black Star Sports TV. I am out.